Hey y'all, this is Jared with Fluty Homestead, and I was out here this morning doing my feeding and fed the horses up here outside. It's a nice, pretty, it's getting pretty day. A little drizzly right now, but it's clearing up. And I thought I'd show you a few things today, what's going on. A lot of stuff is coming up now that it's getting warmer, and we've had a little rain the past few days. All kinds of mayapple up right there. And if you can see it, here's some lamb's ear coming up. And let me walk right down here. All kinds of poke salad coming up finally. This is there's an old coal bank right there, and I got a little water hole dug in front. And this little bank gets covered in poke salad. All kinds of it coming up. So we'll be eating this before too long. And there's all kinds of dandelion and stuff around. So we'll be going on a green picking here soon. Tons of it. I mean, I couldn't even take me hours to show you all the poke on this pasture. Got a little bit more grass finally coming up. There's more poke salad down here. It grows all over this place. A little more through there. But on around this hill, everywhere you look, there's a poke. Beautiful spring day. All the trees are starting to bud up good and get leaves. The dogwoods is blooming. And the redbuds has already been blooming. And it's perfect crappie fishing time right now. They said, my uncle always said, when the dogwoods are in bloom, that's your prime crappie fish. So we're going to try to look for some more rails here one day. Now that it's rained some more, maybe they'll finally come up. I don't know. I ain't had no luck yet, but we ain't give up. And also, it's going to be beautiful after today for the next week. And I think me and Holden and his dad, Paul, is going to go on a turkey hunt maybe Saturday morning. And since I've got one, I'm going to try to video him, and maybe we'll get him one. So I'll show you a few things that's going on. Alrighty, here's the barred rock pullets that we've raised. And I ain't showed you these in a little while. And man, they are beautiful chickens now. And I've got them in there in the big chicken house now with the big chickens. And they're all getting along good so far. No trouble. And the big chickens is out getting some, I threw some weeds out of the raised bed in here. And they're kind of enjoying scratching around in them today. I'll go show you the little bitties that the little veiny hen hatched now. Alrighty, here's Mama and her babies. They're getting a lot of feathers now and getting big. And I got them up here in the chicken tractor now up on the hill. And this is their first day in here. And they've all four lived and had really good success so far. I can't tell yet if they're going to be little pullets or roosters. But any of them that's roosters will probably eat. And we're probably going to eat probably about 6 at least of the barred rock. Because I really don't need that many laying hens. So whenever they're all a little bigger, we're going to have we're going to probably kill one maybe every Sunday for a few weeks. Or every Saturday for Sunday. I don't normally like to kill anything on a Sunday. Alrighty, I'm going to show you the gardens now, how they're doing. Alrighty, right here is one of the thornless blackberries that we planted. And as you can see, they're getting some nice new leaves on them now, and they're really looking good. This one isn't quite as big, but this one here is the biggest one. It was bigger when we planted it, but it's got the most new leaves on it. And I've been up here the other day, and I've done some more plowing. And I plowed up a small patch here that had some really nice black dirt, and I didn't go on up because there's a big rock right here that's about big as a Volkswagen. So I couldn't plow up no higher. But I plowed enough there for probably 4 or 5 good tomato plants in cages. And then up here, I got the peas strung. I didn't put wire on these peas. And frankly, I just do not have enough wire for them all. All my wire is down in the other garden. And I really didn't want to put the extra money into buying wire. And I had 2 rolls of this old hay baler string. We had this left from hay we baled. And we really didn't like this in our baler because it broke easy. It got wet once, and I used the best of it to string the peas up. And I normally save all my nylon strings too, and I use them they're better than this. This is just seagrass. So some of this will probably end up breaking and I'll have to add more, but I'll put nylon in its place. But I was just using what I had. And the lettuce bed is real thick, and it's starting to grow better now that the weather's warming up. But the peas is looking really pretty. We'll go in here and I'll show you. They're about, I don't know, most of them's about 6 inches. And they're starting to get little vines on them. I gotta come in here. It rained the last 2 days. So this week I'm gonna come in here with the push plow and a hoe, and I'll get the weeds out of here. But they're, I don't know how long this rows are. One row is about 8 feet or 6 feet longer than the other ones. But I've plowed up all this above me with the tiller the other day, and I just worked in all the grass and stuff that was in here, and I've been getting the rocks out of it. And there's enough room here. It don't look like it, but I stepped off. I can get 7 more rows in here. So up top I'll probably plant a few rows of corn, and then I'll put some beans in here between the peas. And when these peas are done, I'll probably plant some fall beans in their place. And it's good to plant beans where peas was, because peas put nitrogen into the soil. But I don't know how long this is. I could probably step it off and tell you roughly. Let's see. We'll start here. That's right about 60 feet long right there. My pacing ain't, it ain't 100% accurate, but it gives you a good rough estimate. So I got another 60 foot right here. So that's a pretty good lot of space when you get in the plants. And of course the steepness, I mean, it's about that steep. I wouldn't want to have drove my tractor on it sideways. But the peas are looking good. And this week I'll probably be planting some corn, beans, tomatoes, and start getting everything in the ground. It looks like the weather's gonna, it's about 60, 62 today, I think. And everything's gonna start getting warmer and warmer, looks like, on the weather. So our last frost date is usually close to May the 10th. But I always start planting. I don't plant everything early, because that way if I do get a frost, I don't lose everything. But I normally start planting stuff about the 3rd week of April. That way I get some early crops in. And I'm not sure if I'll plow any more of this hill up or not. I may plow a little patch here and there. I don't know. There's so much woods, the sun don't hit as good over in here. The way the land lays, it's hard to explain it, but that right there I don't think would be quite as good over there. But this here seems to get pretty good sun. I mean, I'm in the holler here, so I don't ever get sun all day long, but I've always had pretty good luck. You can see up here in the woods, everything's getting green. And up here's the ridge where I was turkey hunting. Everything's coming out nice now. Oh, I don't know where you all live. You comment down below. This is a big ash tree, and the ash borer beetle has killed it out, and there's another one on down from it. About every ash tree in this holler is dead now. So if they've killed out your ash trees, comment down below. But I just wanted to give you a little update what I've been into. I'll be plowing this again probably this week when it dries up a little bit, and work this in the ground a little more. I would like to have turned this first. I have a hillside turner, but I don't have my horse broke to pull it, and I normally pull that with my four-wheeler, but I got to get a tire fixed on my four-wheeler, so I've just been tilling it. But if I'd been able to take my hillside turner on it, it'd have been a lot easier and cover this grass up more. Alrighty, down here in the other garden, I've got 6 little cabbage plants started here. These are Brunswick cabbage, and 2 of them don't look too hot, but they was the smallest ones. But I think they're going to all make it. And this rain has really helped them. I've watered them every day until it rained. But then I've got back here will be our tomatoes on the hog panels, and I got it all plowed up, and hopefully get a few in the ground this week. And in this row at the end of the cabbage, I've got some mustard and kale, and then this little row in front of me, I've planted some collard greens, and up in front of it I planted 2 rows of beets. And we still got to plant a few carrots for the kids. But well, hopefully this week we'll get a lot more planted. But I got to get some more rocks out of here. This is the 2nd year that this has been gardened, so there's still a lot of rocks working up. And I've added some manure to this, and I've limed it and stuff. So hopefully this year will be even better than last year. And it produced good last year. For this to be cut out of the hillside with an excavator a couple of years ago, the soil is really doing better. I didn't have any trouble plowing it this year. Last year, I had to take the middle buster on my, or the tater plow I call it, on my tractor, and bust this up and disc it and till it. And I had a time working the ground. But this year I just took the tiller over it, and my tiller tills backwards or forwards. And I went over it once with it going tilling backwards, and then I went over it forwards and went deeper, and it really done well. I ain't showed you this yet. I was going to plow it with my Gravely. I've got this Gravely Super Convertible with my rotary plow, and that is a hoss of a machine. If you've never used a Gravely, I've got to work on the carburetor. That's why I didn't use it. I'll show you this machine in action, and they are a beast. You can farm. They say one man can farm 5 acres with a Gravely. And I love this thing. I've got dual wheels for it, and I can mow banks, and I've got a sulky you can ride, and a sickle mower, and a blade, and tiller, cultivator, and stuff. So we'll get the Gravely out and get him running here soon. But that's a little update for you. Ain't much else going on. Just kind of enjoying these rainy little spring day. And we'll get some more stuff going this week. And we'll take you along with us. Hope y'all have a very blessed day. Thank you for watching.